The reign of Elon's 3 living presidents lasts 56 of the university's 125 years. And for the first time ever, all 3 living presidents gathered to be interviewed in the same room they led the institution. It was July 1st, 1957, when Dr. Earl Danieli, a dean at the time, became president of Elon College.
I was 32 years old, had no training, no experience, and there it was. I was president of Elon College.
Fast forward 16 years later, and Dr. Fred Young was chosen to lead Elon.
I don't think I knew enough to be overwhelmed. I did not understand the complexity of the organization.
Dr. Young remained as president for 25 years, one of the longest-serving presidents in Elon history. But when he retired in 1998, a selection committee chose a provost from the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse to succeed him. His name is Dr. Leo Lambert, and he is currently the 8th president of Elon University.
It's enthralling to be part of creating something bigger than yourself that never gets old or dull.
One thing all the presidents agreed on, being busy. It's not just addressing convocation and handing out diplomas.
I think that students always assume the president of the university is sitting in this office here, but I know I've certainly spent much more time off campus, away, doing things that need to be done for Elon in my 15th year than I did in my first year, and I would suspect that's...
You have more opportunities, you know more people, you know more foundations.
And that increasingly is, I think, the way the Elon presidency will continue to go.
Right.
Through the president's 56 years of tenure, tough choices had to be made. Dr. Young knows firsthand. Faced with low enrollment and average admission requirements, it was under his tenure that the Board of Trustees voted to raise tuition by 20% for 3 years in a row, and increasing the SAT requirements.
It had a cumulative effect that establishing these quality standards was a very positive thing.
Something Danieli says should have been done earlier.
And I have spent years regretting that I didn't raise tuition. And then Fred Young becomes president, and he brings in a consultant who says to him, "Mr. President, you are not charging enough money." And I said, why didn't somebody tell me that?
The tough decisions don't end there. Dr. Danieli had to balance being a teacher and a president. Dr. Young decided not to purchase a hotel in London or a college in Hawaii, and President Lambert wished he had taken more time on certain decisions.
Leadership requires that you make tough decisions, and sometimes you're going to make mistakes, and I think you just have to own up to those and apologize for them when you do make them.
The story of Elon's growth is a remarkable one. So remarkable that George Keller wrote a book on it entitled Transforming a College, the story of a little-known college's strategic climb to national distinction. In the book, Keller quotes a scholar calling Elon a parochial bottom feeder.
That as a high school senior, I heard snooty people in Burlington say, if you can't go to college, go to Elon. And when I became president, I said, be darned if I don't make them eat those words. And nobody says it now.
It only took us 50 years.
That's right.
Fast forward 50 years, and behind me is the Global Village. It is being constructed as a part of Elon's 10-year, $586 million strategic plan. But with new buildings going up, old buildings are coming down. And that's something President Lambert believes isn't affecting the endowment.
I don't think alumni give on the basis of whether their old dorm exists or whether the senior oak is still alive. I don't believe that for a second.
Endowment helps keep the cost of attending college down. College tuition and fees are increasing across the nation, and Elon is no exception.
Do you think 20 years from now, 30 years from now, an average middle-class student will be able to afford a degree at a private university like Elon?
We are more dependent on fundraising to fuel the level of quality that Elon is used to these days. It also means that we have to be just very, very judicious in terms of thinking about how we're going to use those additional resources that a more modest tuition increase brings to the university.
If all goes to plan, campus will look dramatically different in the next few years. A huge change for the former parochial bottom feeder, which now looks to the future as one of the top-ranked universities in the South.
I think Elon has a national brand. I think our national brand is going to keep getting stronger and more refined and better. But I'm confident we will have a bright future in 2050 and be doing even greater things.
But the path to 2050 is a long and winding one. It's a path that all three presidents' decisions helped guide.
Elon is bigger than the three of us.
The three presidents aren't together on campus often. Dr. Young is retired and living near Pinehurst, North Carolina, and one of the most recent times they were together was to take a photo. They retook the picture after our interview. It seems about 15 years ago, you were standing a couple of yards from here and a picture was taken. What was going through your mind then, and what is going through your mind now?
With me, it was a great satisfaction and just a great pleasure at what has happened here, at my part in it, at what they are doing, and I think satisfaction perhaps would have been my feeling then and my feeling now.
I had a great sense of optimism. I thought we were ready to go forward, and boy, were we ready.
And I had a strong feeling of partnership with these two guys. You could not have asked for, as a brand new president, two better former presidents.
And remember, too, that we are the phoenix. We have faith in the promise of renewal and of new beginnings. May God bless and inspire you. Long live Elon.
I am grateful for what you have done and admire it. And they were asking me what was I most proud of, Elon. Earl, I may be most proud of you.
Well, thank you.
No, I mean, you.
Thank
I
you.
really,
Thank you very much.
you've enriched the institution and
Thank
our
you.
lives so much.
Thank you.
You both have.
Thank you.
God bless you both.
Yeah, and you.